Jesus Christ, really?
Don't forget to become a member of Unrelent Gaming's Patreon for exclusive manga content and early access. Isn't that right, Seth?
I already joined his Patreon today. Tons of great stuff on there, actually. But did you really have to blow up the city?
Yes.
Blew up the domino. You blew up the dominoes and you're laughing. Do you realize the f***ing crisis here?
And you will be next. Unless you subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications right now.
Or else what? You'll aggressively scream another man's name for several hours?
Kakarot! Kakarot!
Although you've worked your way to make it this far in your battle against the top 5 strongest warriors in the multiverse, I'm afraid that the higher you continue to climb, the harder the challenges will be. And now that you're set to battle the 3rd mightiest Yoshito, I do honestly hope that for your sake you were able to learn from your previous 2 battles, which you can ultimately apply onto this one. Because with only 2 lifelines remaining, you cannot afford to let any of the time that you have go to a waste.
As our story now continues with Akuma being shown teleported right back to the spectator seats moments before Yoshito went down to fight against Goku, as with both parties now shown assembling and getting ready to battle against the other, it was only upon Akuma being shown getting teleported where Yoshito then went on to comment, "You do know that this does come as a surprise to all of us after seeing what we just saw out there, don't you, Akuma? You were supposed to fold that Saiyan mortal again the 2nd time like you did the 1st, so what the heck happened out there? You choked. I don't even want to hear it right now. Do you understand?" Akuma went on to respond. "Now get out there and be done with him so that we could move on without ever having to see his face ever again. But do make sure to watch yourself out there against him," with Yoshito responding, "Oh, don't be all pissy, Akuma. Relax. The mortal would be dreaming if he thinks that he'd be able to do any of that, so just you watch and see what I do to him. Even if he has 2 lifelines remaining left, it still won't make any difference to me in this fight. Alright fighters, if you are both ready, please wait for my command to go," the Grand Priest went on to chime in. "And Goku, I will heal you so that you may be restored back to full strength again in order for you to have a good, clean, and fair fight against the 3rd strongest, so do make sure to give it your all once you both begin," as Whis went on to respond. "And also do remember what we talked about and the training that we went through in order to prepare you for Yoshito, Goku. Just like Akuma and Budo, you will quickly find out that he is not the same as the other 2, so do be sure to be on guard and good luck," with Goku responding, "Right, got it. I'll try not to forget, especially since I remembered you telling me that this guy is able to control his opponent's mind and body if he were able to get a hold of you, and on top of also being able to split his body in 2 halves and fighting you off with them, so I know it's going to be far from easy to win, that much I know, but his energy feels bottomless compared to the other 2, so I've got to be careful here and not find myself falling into the void again like I did with Akuma. Well, let's just hope that I can find an opening," with Akuma now being shown teleporting his way onto the stage by responding, "You know, I've gotta give it to you there, monkey man. To have a mortal like yourself do what you just did to both Budo and Akuma is nothing short of impressive, but also very embarrassing on their behalf since, well, you're just so puny and scrawny. Well, I hope you know that you aren't going to be throwing me out or making me submit in our fight, and the reasons as to why should be very obvious to you, Saiyan. So before I go and restore honor to our titles and humiliate you, I really want to see how tough you truly are, since the others kept insisting for you not to be overlooked underestimated. So, what do you say? Care to show me what you're all about? With a powered up Goku then responding, well, I'm not really sure what to expect here since I really don't know much about you or about the kind of abilities and techniques that you possess that are different than Budo and the Kumas, but don't worry, I'll make sure to give you the fight that you're so curious on getting out of me, Yoshito. And I only hope that you were able to take your loss better than the other two once I beat you, but I guess we'll have to wait and see, Goku continues. And with the information that I have on you and with the training that I went through to try and prepare for you, I'll place my faith in what I already know and have seen so that I can use that to my advantage to beat you. No, and I do want you to bear in mind, Goku, the Grand Priest went on to quickly chime back in, that you still have 2 lifeline perks remaining that you can choose to use in battle, so I do hope that you don't forget in the meantime. Yes, and do make sure to also remember what you learned in the time chamber while training with me, Goku, Whis went on to respond. Not everything will appear as it is, and so don't let your mind be overtaken by him in battle, Whis continues. Do what you can and use everything that you have to push through and win. Good luck, Goku, with Goku responding, got it, thank you both. I'll try not to let any of my remaining lifelines go to a waste while we fight, so I'll try to do my best. I'm not really sure what to fully expect from this guy, but I'll be sure to use the experience I've gained against the others and apply that onto my next strategy, with Whis responding, well, I do sure hope that you're ready for this, Goku, because it will only continue to get harder the higher you climb up the ranks against the 5 mightiest, with the Grand Priest declaring, right, and so with both fighters now present and actively ready to engage, you may now choose to share your final words to one another before I call for the bell to begin. And do of course remember to give it your all while the 2 of you have the chance to, with Goku being shown getting into fighting position by responding, alright then Yoshito, I'm ready whenever you are so that we can do this. And just know that with everything I've seen and had gone through with Budo and the Kuma, I'm not looking to make the same mistakes that I made again. So you may be much more powerful than they are since you're above them in rank, but no matter how tough you are, I'm still going to find a way to win, so I'm ready, with Yoshito being shown laughing and responding, what a complete joke, such a simple-minded and oblivious creature you are, Saiyan, as if your confidence, experience, or willpower scares me. I am going to demean you in more ways than you can count, so let's get this over with so that we can leave, with the Grand Priest declaring, wonderful then, and so now warriors, on my command, let the 3rd round in the tournament of the strongest warriors in the multiverse begin! To which upon Primal Ultra Instinct Goku now being shown having to make the first move against Yoshito, it was just upon with Goku now being shown having to close on in where Budo went on to comment, oh, of course the Saiyan would be the first to try and make a move on Yoshito early on. Oh, you better not toy around with that mortal and crush him now, Yoshito! I can already see what the Saiyan is trying to do down there, Akuma went on to quickly respond. He wants to see if he could find some kind of an opening early on like he did with me, so that he may use that window as leverage against Yoshito, with Whis having to then say to himself, oh, please don't allow for Yoshito's playful and relaxed demeanor to be what gets the better of you here, Goku. In which right before Goku was then shown having to make contact by punching Yoshito, that was when Yoshito was then shown having to laugh and responding, oh, I see, well that was very brave of you to try and be the first to attack me, son Goku. However, I don't quite agree with the idea of having you touch me, so freeze and stay right where you are. Huh? Hey, why did my body just suddenly stop? What is that? I can't move my legs. It feels like I'm stuck and I can't move my body forward, with Yoshito responding, yeah, that's right, monkey man, just like that. Now do yourself a favor there and start walking backwards until you get near the edge of the ring, as then I want you to jump off and descend on down into the abyss once you do. To which upon Goku's body now being shown reacting on its own by moving on backwards, with Goku trying to do his best in stopping himself from moving backwards, as Yoshito stands forward and having to be shown mocking Goku, that was when Budo went on to chime in, oh, but of course, matter altering and physics manipulation, Yoshito's trademark specialty. Yes, I see what he's doing, Akuma responds. He's going to use the Saiyan Saiyaman's own body and power against him, so that way he ends up destroying himself in the process. As Yoshito went on to continue, yeah, that's right, mortal, just keep walking on back, nice and slow until you reach the edge of the stage and then jump. Well, I guess we can already call this fight in my favor, Goku. I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't disappointed in your ability to fight me, but I guess beggars can't be choosers all the time, right? Yes, now keep walking just like that. You're almost there. Hey, wait a minute, is he really forcing my body to move on its own so that I could lose on purpose? No crap, he is, Goku went on to say to himself. I've got to try and break out of this quick or he's going to have me eliminate myself. Oh, he's banking on using my own body against me and I can't have him control me if I hope to beat him. Oh, so did you finally catch on? Yoshito went on to ask. Well, don't press your luck because you aren't going to muscle your way out of this one, so now keep walking. To which upon Goku now being shown having to power up and doing what he can to stop this, that was when Goku then went on to utter, no, you won't! Ah, so you want to do this the hard way, huh? I can't say that I'm honestly surprised, but you really should have accepted your fate and just allowed for me to throw you out of the ring with grace. But by all means, keep trying, Yoshito continues, as Budo went on to chime in. Oh, don't let him try and break free from your hold on him. What are you doing, Yoshito? In which upon Goku now being shown having to dig down deep and using more of his power to break free, that was when Goku then went on to shout, you aren't going to try and use my own body as a weapon against me. Oh, you'll never weaponize my power and use it to destroy me. To which finally upon Goku now being shown breaking free and once again dashing directly towards Yoshito, that was when Goku then went on to continue. So if you're as strong as you claim to be, then come at me and show me what you're all about. As Whis went on to then say to himself, good, very good, but don't lose sight of the bigger picture against him, Goku. As Yoshito went on to respond, oh, you're a very persistent one, aren't you, Goku? Well, congratulations, mortal. You've convinced me that a beating is in order for you. In which that was exactly what Yoshito had planned on doing, because it was only just as Yoshito had gone as far as to separate his body and causing Goku to miss his strike, where this itself now had only prompted in shocking Goku as the Grand Priest went on to chime in, oh dear, well it looks like Yoshito's decided to actually get himself involved against Goku physically now. Yes, there we are, Akuma went on to quickly shout. Now rip into that mortal's body and obliterate him on our honor. As even Goku himself had now come to realize that by no means was this going to be easy, as Goku from there went on to respond, oh, I should have known that he'd separate himself before I had the chance to make contact. And now it feels like there's two massive energies on the stage instead of just one. Oh, don't be distracted, Goku, Whis went on to shout. He's closing in from behind you. To where the moment Goku was from there shown now having to leap on backwards and having to result in Yoshito having to miss his attack, it was only now fairly evident that Yoshito was going to be battling Goku by using two separate halves of his body, as Yoshito then went on to continue, not bad, Goku, but you continue to dilute yourself with visions of your own victory over us, but know this, I am the embodiment of the power that you wish you can have, the very essence of every single one of your nightmares, and the best part about it all is that you don't even see it, despite it looking back dead in your face, mortal. Your luck against us will not hold out forever, son Goku, and time is all that you really have left that's keeping you within this tournament, don't you see? I am far more than your unevolved little mind can comprehend, monkey man, with Goku responding, hold on, is this guy able to use and control both halves of his body at the same time without being attached together? Oh, I can do far more than just operate as two separate halves, Seiya and Yoshito then went on to quickly respond. And I figured I'd do to you what you just did to Budo and Akuma, and that's use your methods of approach against you to see if you like it or not. And guess what else? I could easily tear into your fragile mortal body and kill you on the spot if I just so wanted, but I want to try something on you that you went and tried on Akuma a little earlier, Yoshito says. In which from out of nowhere now, all of a sudden with Yoshito being shown grabbing Goku into a chokehold, that's when Yoshito then went on to continue. And there we are now. I'm really not too big on submissions, but since you went along to choke Akuma into making him tap, then I figured I'd do the same. Yes, that's right, Akuma went on to shout. Make him experience exactly what he forced me to experience and break his neck in the process of choking him. How does it feel knowing that we could easily run your own battle strategies against you, Akuma asks. Now squeeze that Saiyan into submission and don't you dare let go of him, as Yoshito went on to continue. Right, losing your edge there, Goku? I want you to take a good hard look at the vast gulf that separates our power, Yoshito continues. While you cower in the shadows of ring outs and submissions, I bask in the glory of my own supremacy over your so-called strength. Your existence is but a fleeting ember destined to be extinguished by the inferno of my power. So now watch as I make you into an example, monkey man. In which from out of nowhere, as Yoshito's upper half was being shown choking Goku, as his lower half was now shown having to close on in by kicking him, it was more than evident now that Goku was in clear enough trouble, as the Grand Priest went on to chime in. Well, this doesn't look good. I'm sure that the last thing that Goku had been expecting was to be mauled by both halves of Yoshito's body at the same time, so now I wonder how the Saiyan will respond moving forward, as Goku then went on to mumble, "Too strong." To which even then, despite Goku being shown having to block off the lower half of Yoshito's body from attacking him, that was when Yoshito then went on to continue. "Oh, how valiant you are, fighting with all of your might, believing that you actually stand a chance here. You're not going to win." "Oh, really? Well, your bravery is nothing more than a facade, Goku. A feeble attempt to mask the impending doom that awaits you, since you already know the truth. Here, let me go on and add a little more pressure here. So, are you going to tap out? Come on, Saiyan, tap out," Yoshito went on to continue. "Give it up or I will choke you to death. Come on, Saiyan. You know you want to. You can't keep this facade going forever, Goku. Now submit." But then, it was only just when Goku was shown having to exert even more power in attempting to muscle out of Yoshito's chokehold, it was only even despite Goku's best efforts in trying to do so with Yoshito refusing to let go, where Akuma from that point then went on to chime in. "Oh, he's trying to force his way out of Yoshito's choke. Oh, he's trying to muscle his way out of your hold, Yosh. Don't give him the space nor the chance to break free. Apply and keep the pressure locked onto him until he passes out or dies." "Oh, I can't stand that Saiyan," Budo went on to quickly respond. "He just doesn't want to accept the fact that he isn't on our level, yet he continues to try and push so that he may prove himself as being someone who is, and that couldn't be further from the truth, especially not with us. Damn Saiyan." "Oh, that's right. Continue to resist," Whis went on to say to himself. "Use whatever means that you can to free yourself from this stranglehold as quickly as you can." "No, this guy is too strong," Goku then went on to say to himself. "I can't power my way out of this hold, so I hope this works, because if I can't find a way to escape, then he'll likely break my neck or choke me out. Oh, this has to work. Oh, so here goes." In which upon Goku now all of a sudden being shown having to use instant transmission in doing what he could to escape Yoshito's vice grip, it was only as Yoshito had gone as far as to see this where Yoshito then went on to comment, "It's nap time, say what the, hey, what did he just do? Where the heck did he just go? He vanished, just like he vanished when he was fighting the others," as Akuma went on to then shout, "Oh, curse that little weasel, Yoshito! He's using instantaneous teleportation to move around you. He's used this gimmick several times against us before. He's coming straight at you right now." To which upon Goku now being shown having to re-emerge in punching Yoshito in the face, as this itself was actually the first time that Goku was in fact able to land a clean and definitive strike on Yoshito, as Goku then went on to shout, "I knew I'd find my window, now I gotcha. Didn't think I'd find a way, right? Well, come on then," Goku went on to then shout, "show me what what you can really do without having to use your tricks on me, with Yoshito responding, alright, now you're starting to really annoy me. To which all of a sudden, with Goku now being shown having to miss his punches, it was only as Yoshito was being shown dodging them where Yoshito then went on to continue, you know, if I was honestly a betting man, son Goku, I'd be willing to say that I would even wager my life on the fact, knowing that despite getting a cheap shot on me via instant transmission, that you are still far too weak to actually make any sort of difference in this battle against me that will help you in any kind of way. Yoshito went on to backhand Goku by shouting, you are just way too slow, Saiyan. I can see you coming at me almost as if you were standing still. And so guess what that just means for you in the long run here, Goku? It means that you can kiss whatever chances you think you had against me goodbye. As it was only now from out of nowhere, as Yoshito had gone as far as to synchronize his body in kicking Goku back down onto the stage, that was when Budo and the others went on to chime in by shouting, yes, Yoshito, break that Saiyan's fragile little body in half. Yes, that's the way, Yosh. Don't you dare let up off him without making him pay for what he did to us, Akuma went on to then shout. That was quite the counter, I must say, the Grand Priest went on to then chime in. Well, in any case, I do hope that Goku's training with you pays off in this case, Whis. You know how cunning and tricky fighting someone like Yoshito can be, and so Goku will need to be extra careful in this battle, only because he isn't going to be dealing with your average fighter. As Whis then went on to respond, well, that much I know, but was it me just now, or did you also sense something very faint yet illuminating coming from Goku just now? With the Grand Priest responding, I did actually, yes. I'm starting to wonder now. In which all the while, with Goku's body now being shown on the ground and staring back up at the sky, that was when Goku from there went on to respond, oh man, he was able to read my movements as I tried to attack him. And now with there being two separate parts of him attacking me, I can't tell which one will come at me first. Oh, it feels like I'm fighting two of them in there when in actuality it's just all him. And so therefore, it's like I mentioned, Yoshito went on to address Goku by telling him, if I was a betting man, then the rewards given would clearly be in my favor. Wow, finished already? Well, that was much easier than I thought. You'd better get back up and fight back, Saiyan, or it's lights out and game over, just like it was when Akuma knocked you out and threw your rotting carcass into the darkness below. You don't have much of a choice here, nor are your options as broad as you think they are, so unless you're at your limits, then we are only just getting started, as it was only right then and there now during that moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of the top 5 strongest warriors in the multiverse manga chapter number 48 special then comes to a close. Now, although the situation now involving Primal Ultra Instinct Goku and Yoshito looks bad, coming up next during the events of Dragon Ball Super manga chapter number 49 are going to be the events involving Mastered Ultra Ego Vegeta versus Platinum Cooler and Black Frieza, in which you don't have to wait any longer by simply becoming a member of our Patreon if you not only want to go on ahead and support the channel but also gain exclusive access before anyone else, to which I do encourage you all to become a member of my Patreon today, patreon.com/UnrealEndGaming, in which I will go on ahead and leave those links located down in the description box below and pinned comment section below as well, as by no means are these battles going to be easy for our heroes, especially for Goku, when considering the fact that not only does Yoshito possess many hidden abilities and techniques that he can simply use against Goku to bring him out or even kill him, but he is also capable of traversing the landscape by separating his body into two separate halves in fighting Goku by using said parts, which is almost like fighting two separate individuals at the exact same time. So with Yoshito going as far as to tell Goku that it'll be nearly impossible to wring him out or make him submit, the million-dollar question now going forward is, how is Goku going to overcome Yoshito if he somehow looks to make his way in battling the second strongest in the multiverse, Takira? So again, I do want to thank you all so much for your support, and thank you all so much for watching, in which as always, if you also happen to be new to this channel and of course love Dragon Ball and anime, then I do encourage you all to head on over and smash that subscribe button, on top of making sure to give this video a big fat thumbs up by smashing that like button down below if you guys enjoyed. Tune back in for more, and with all that being said, I want to thank you so much for your time, patience, support, and kind words, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you down in the comment section below and in the next video. Take it easy, everybody, and have a great day. Peace.
Hello. Did you know that you can stay up to date with the latest Dragon Ball content by simply subscribing to Unrelent Gaming?
Also, don't forget to follow on these social media platforms, you sexy son of a bitch.
Roshi.
Silent Cell, me and the fans are having a moment. That's right. I know what you want. Extra long, thick Dragon Ball content. Quality reviews with flawless editing. Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You dirty bitch.
Roshi, the fuck?
God damn it, I need them to subscribe, Cell.
And we're demonetized.
Yeah, screw it. Let's cut to the video.
So back in the earlier days of Dragon Ball Super, and maybe you guys can help me out a little bit down in the comments, but there was an episode, and I'm not sure the exact number, where Vegeta pleaded with Whis to train him. Now this would all come after finding out that Whis is actually the martial arts instructor and overseer of Lord Beerus. But back at this time, I think it's pretty safe to say that Goku and Vegeta were more or less opposed to becoming gods of destruction. But the more they develop these godly powers they possess now in Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego, I'd say anything is possible. What if Goku, or better yet, I don't know, Vegeta, I guess, were put into a position where they had to accept a job like this, because the balance of Universe 7 depended on it? One thing we know for certain is that every universe, and I'm talking about all 12, has to maintain this certain mortal ranking or level. And if this number is to fall below a certain threshold, then the God and Supreme Kai of that universe are to face severe consequences. Now, let's just say that maybe this were to happen in Universe 7, after the Granola arc in particular at some point. And before we go any further, I just want to remind you guys that this is my very own what if scenario and not canon to Super at all. But let's assume that because of the devastation caused by Moro and Meris stepping out of line, instead of Meris returning as a mortal, Zeno would go on to find out about these atrocities and decided to punish Universe 7 himself. Meris would be permanently deactivated, and because of the disorder and low mortal level currently in Universe 7, Beerus would be summoned to the Grand Priestess Palace soon after. Along with the Supreme Kai, because of this negligence, they would both be sealed away at the hands of the Grand Priest. He would also go on to declare that all of those in the mortal realm who have yet to leave a like on the video may suffer the same fate. I personally wouldn't risk it, but a new age is about to be born at this moment in Dragon Ball, as the seat of God of Destruction of Universe 7 is now vacant. But the perfect candidate has already kind of been chosen. With Whis deactivated for the time being as well, the Grand Priest would send word to Earth, summoning Goku and Vegeta to the God Realm immediately with an offer. As Whis had mentioned prior, of the two Saiyans having already had their hand in God Ki and Divine Training. Learning the news of what happened to Lord Beerus, Goku would nonchalantly decline, feeling kind of bummed out that someone as strong as Beerus is really just gone now. But commitments like that aren't his thing anyway. Vegeta, on the other hand, would be in shock at how the great Lord Beerus could be reprimanded so harshly, but is this really a position that he's ready to uphold himself? Vegeta would go on to consider everything. His life on Earth, his family, but knowing the danger they would be in with the universe unbalanced would outweigh all of these mortal feelings. As Vegeta prepares to depart from the mortal realm for the time being, he would go on to say his goodbyes to Bulma and Trunks, who he would entrust the safety of Bulma and his baby sister Bola to full time now. When Vegeta says his farewells to Goku, they go on to have a brief discussion as Goku tells Vegeta to not worry about anything he may feel like he's leaving behind down here, because Goku and the others will take care of everything. He may have a higher position in the universe, but Goku would never allow Vegeta to surpass him so easily, as he declares that the next time that they fight, He aims to be able to say that he defeated a god of destruction, and this is where we find ourselves today. This is when Vegeta accepts the offer to become the next god of destruction, and if you guys don't want to miss more videos like these, be sure to hit that subscribe button and don't forget to turn on those notifications to never miss an upload as soon as they go live. Vegeta would arrive in the God Realm before the Grand Priest in his palace, and the Grand Priest would further explain to Vegeta the magnitude of the events that took place during their battle with Moro and how Meru's interaction shook the very order of reality. Because of their authority over Universe 7, Beerus and the Supreme Kai would ultimately be held responsible for these things, but instead of erasing the entire universe itself, these sins would lie solely on them who allowed these things to get out of hand. Vegeta, Saiyan of Earth, you will now be bestowed upon the responsibility of an immortal, he goes on after explaining, with the assignment of an existing Supreme Kai whom your very existence will be intertwined with. Are you prepared to assume this title? Wait a minute, Vegeta replies shocked, remembering this small detail suddenly. So you're telling me that means if that Kai dies, then I die too, right? That's how it worked with Lord Beerus. Correct, the Grand Priest replies. The god of destruction cannot exist without the god of creation, and vice versa. I have already taken it upon myself to recruit this being as well, as we await your decision. From around the pillars, the Grand Priest's guards stand with a young male Kai who looks nervous as Vegeta kneels before the Grand Priest. Vegeta takes note of him, thinking to himself how weak and fragile this Kai looks, but he turns his attention back to the Grand Priest. Okay, I'm ready, he tells him. This is when the Grand Priest gets up from his throne and walks towards Vegeta, congratulating him on his new position in the multiverse. As from the shadows, we see the silhouettes of the other gods of destruction who are spectating the ceremony as well, Champa trying his best to maintain a neutral face. The transfer of power ritual begins as both the Grand Priest and Vegeta are put through a strenuous physical and mental test. When the ritual would complete, Vegeta would assume immortality and is dressed in the apparel of the Destroyer now. Whis then appears at his side, materializing again, having been reactivated with the presence of a new Destroyer now. He greets Vegeta with no questions as Vegeta looks at him shocked, but then it dawns on him that maybe this is just how the God Realm operates. The Grand Priest returns to his throne, exhausted from the ritual, which required a
video. We got a lot more. We don't need at least 150
since
likes.
Beerus is sealed, but now the deed is done.